Pregame.com.
Expected to be the coldest game of the year. That makes my pick even better. RJ Bell here at the Pregame.com studios, just off the Vegas Strip. We're talking Green Bay Packers at Chicago Bears.
Frozen tundra in Chicago. Who do you like, RJ?
I'm looking at the under in this game. Reason number one, Green Bay Packers. This is a team, listen, impressive lately. 3 must-win games. They've won all 3 of them. They got to keep winning to make the playoffs. So it's not like I don't expect the Pack to play hard here. But I think if they do get a lead, they're going to coast. And the rationale of that is they need a little bit of a break. There's been a lot of high-intensity games, and they're a big favorite here. So if they're able to coast, like the line says they likely will, I think they take that opportunity. And historically, that's something McCarthy has done. He's coasted with the lead. So if we do expect Green Bay to keep playing well and get the lead, and we expect them to coast, that fits in great with the under.
I agree. Likely Green Bay does get that early lead. Talk to me a little more about how that sets up the rest of the game.
Well, I think if you look at Chicago, let's first talk about how likely is it to get the lead. Because on one hand, we know Green Bay's better. We know Green Bay's been playing well. But if you look at the Bears in the first half of games, last 2+ seasons, they've been outscored by nearly 6 points in those first halves. Now, they haven't been an all-time historically bad team, the Bears, but that -6 in the first half is all-time bad. So I think that's another factor of multiple that points to Packers getting a lead. And like we said, if they get a lead, I think they coast.
Aaron Rodgers has been banged up. We saw at the end of the Seattle game blowout. They went ahead and took him out in the fourth quarter. That could happen in this game.
Yeah, maybe they take him out. Let's just think about him being less than 100%. One, it might affect Aaron Rodgers' performance. Number two, it might make it where if they do get the lead we expect them to, they get extra conservative. Now, they coast anyway, the Packers typically, but if you've got a quarterback less than 100%, you don't want him taking hits. So I think another reason that the Pack get extra conservative with a lead.
Pack have been very good in Chicago. Their fans travel down, take over the stadium, 15-3 against the spread. They've won their last 5 games. Another factor making us think Green Bay will grab that lead.
Yeah, and once again, Green Bay almost favored by a touchdown, and that's another reason Pack out ahead. And again, that's the premise of the whole handicap. If somehow Chicago comes out and scores 21, we're in trouble. History says it's not going to happen.
Your second key handicap.
Speaking of the Bears not scoring 21, Matt Barkley. Now, should he be in the NFL? We could do a whole video on that. What I know for sure, Matt Barkley should not be starting in the NFL. And if you look back when he started his first game, you look back against the 49ers, the Vegas market aggressively said, no, no, no thanks, Barkley. Now, here's the thing. He's exceeded expectations. And if you look at his stats, you might say, maybe Barkley isn't so bad. I think it's deceiving. Here's why. Because Barkley is such a question mark, so inferior to a typical NFL quarterback, the coaching staff for the Bears, they've protected him. They haven't thrown as much as they would on 3rd and long. Maybe it's a screen instead of a long pass. And because of that conservative game plan, that protection of Barkley, you've got the stats not looking so bad for Barkley, but the scoring still down significantly. So I think it's a perfect storm that the Bears won't be able to get out to that lead, and they probably won't be able to come back to effectively.
Now let's think about this. You're protecting your quarterback in all games. It's going to be 0 degrees. Your quarterback is from Southern California, played at USC, from Newport Beach. If ever there's a game you'd protect him, you'd think it'd be this one, right?
Yeah, and you think about the Bears, you think, cold weather, no problem. But Barkley, most important player on the Bears this week. Sadly for Bears fans, his cold weather pedigree not impressive.
Let's make it official.
Let's make this baby official. Green Bay Packers, they've played really well, 3 straight must-win games. I expect them to continue to play well, but if they get that lead that we expect them to, they will probably coast. On the other hand, with the Bears, Matt Barkley, his stats are not horrible, but man, they're deceiving because the coach has been protecting him with a conservative game plan. That leads to less scoring. Added up, we're going with under in the Chicago-Green Bay game. More videos, pregame.com.